world's richest man has bought one of the world's most popular social media platforms. Elon Musk, tons of Tesla, is currently worth about $210 billion. But in November 2021 he was worth the $300 billion. An unheard of figure for any individual in human history. Not only does his wealth bode ill for free, considering the financial influence that he has over politics, but his acquisition of Twitter, a powerful opinion platform, as a private company also further cements his power. This article was produced by Economy for All, a project of the independent media institute. To put his money into perspective, if Musk wanted to gift every single Twitter user $800, given that Twitter has about 238 million regular users, he would still have about $20 billion left over to work and never ever want for this. Musk's greed is the central fact to keep in mind when listening to predict what his ownership of Twitter means. Musk has shrewdly fostered a replacement for only a genius, deserving of his obscene wealth. But his private texts during Twitter deal negotiations, recently revealed in court documents during legal wrangling over the sale, after a picture of a simple mind unable to come to terms with his excess. No idea of fun is having huge number of money to play MP3s. He has an outsized opinion of himself. Billionaires like Musk see themselves as if the only ones capable of unleashing greatness in the world. He said, as mentioned in his letter to the Twitter board, saying, "Twitter has extraordinary potential. Dust and honey. I will unlock it." Such hubris is only natural when one wields more financial power than the human brain is capable of coming to terms with. Musk hasn't been adept at cultivating a reputation for having a purist approach to free speech and diverting attention away from his wealth. Former President Donald Trump, who repeatedly violated Twitter's standards before eventually being banned. And he's very happy that this is now in sane hands. Indeed, there is rampant speculation that Musk will reinstate Trump's account. But Nora Benavides, senior counsel and Finnish of digital justice and civil rights at Free Press, put in an interview earlier this year that Musk is not be cautious of a free speech absolutist, as he is kind of an anything goes for Twitter future CEO. She adds, "But I think that vision is tops in which he imagines social media moderation of content will just happen. But it doesn't just happen by magic alone. It must have guardrails. The guardrails that Twitter has had so far did not work. Well spent. It took the company 4 years of Trump's violent and insightful tweets, when a full-scale attack on the U.S. Capitol, to finally ban him from the platform. With the EMAP after Trump and lots of his allies were banned, misinformation dropped by a whopping 73% on the platform. Twitter delayed action on Trump's tweets only because its prime goal is to generate profits, not foster free speech. These are Musk's goals too big, and all indications suggest he will weaken protections, not strengthen them. According to Benavides, his imagined future that Twitter will somehow be an open and accepting square. That has to happen very carefully through a number of things that will increase better moderation and enforcement on the company's service. Musk appears utterly incapable of thinking about such things. Instead, his plans include ideas like charging users $20 a month to have a verification badge next to their names. A clear nod to his worldview that money ought to determine what is true or who holds power. Benavides explains that, because it has helped their bottom lines, companies like Twitter are fueling and for the flames for the most incendiary content, such as tweets by former Twitter user Trump and his ilk, incitements to violence, but the promotion of conspiracy theories. There is much at stake given that Twitter has a strong influence on political discourse. For example, Black Twitter, one of the most important phenomena to emerge from social media, is a loosely organized community of one of vocal black commentators who use the platform to issue powerful and pithy opinions on social and racial justice, pop culture, electoral politics, lot more. Black Twitter played a critical role in helping organize and spreading news about protests during the 2020 uprising sparked by George Floyd's murder at the top of Minneapolis police. But within days of Musk's purchase of Twitter, thousands of anonymous accounts began bombarding feeds with racist content, tossing around the N-word, leaving members of Black Twitter aghast and small. Yoel Roth, the company's head of organization and integrity, who apparently still retains his job, tweeted that more than 50,000 tweets repeatedly using a particular slur came from just 300 accounts, suggesting this for an organized and coordinated attack. Whether or not Musk's buyout of Twitter will actually succeed in making history's richest man even richer by rolling out the welcome mat to racist trolls is not work. Already, numerous celebrities with large followings have closed their Twitter accounts. Hollywood's top black TV showrunner, Shonda Rhimes, posted her last tweet, saying, "Not hanging around for whatever Elon has planned." Bye. Twitter also impacts journalism. According to a Pew Research study, 94% of all journalists in the U.S. use Twitter in their fun. Younger journalists favor it the way of all age groups. Journalists covering the automotive industry are worried about whether criticism of Tesla will be tolerated on the DVD-RAM. And Reporters Without Borders warned Musk that journalism must not be a collateral victim of his management. Misinformation and distrust in government lead to apathy and a weakening of democracy. This is good for billionaires like Musk, who has made very clear that he vehemently opposes a wealth tax of the fact that Democrats are backing. Indeed, he has used his untaxed wealth to help buy the head. If Twitter is one of influencing public opinion in order to help elect anti-tax politicians, why wouldn't Musk pursue such a strategy? Musk has done it clear that you will not be a hands-off owner. I said to. As soon the deal was cemented by firing Twitter's top executives and the entire board. As a privately owned company, Twitter will now answer to Musk and his underlings, not to shareholders. Benavides summarizes one of the most important lessons that Musk's purchase offers. It can't simply be that this or that company is owned and at the whim of a single individual who might be bored and want to put on a side project. Author bio. Sonali Kolatkar is an award-winning multimedia journalist. She is the founder, T5400, and executive producer of Rising Up with Sonali, a weekly television and radio show that airs on Free Speech TV and Pacifica stations. Her forthcoming book is Rising Up: The Power of Narrative in Pursuing Racial Justice. City Lights Books. 2023. She is a writing fellow for the Economy for All project at the Independent Media Institute and the Racial Justice and Civil Liberties editor at Yes magazine. She serves as the co-director of the nonprofit solidarity organization the Afghan Women's Mission, and is a co-author of Bleeding Afghanistan. She also sits on the board of Delivery of Justice Action Center, an immigrant rights organization.